Today, in the world of cannabis, new cannabis laws in New York State tangle with existing firearm ownership laws. A Michigan university becomes the first in the nation to offer a cannabis chemistry scholarship. And Snoop Dogg and activist Weldon Angelos partner with billionaire Charles Koch to push for federal cannabis legalization.
It's Wednesday, April 7th, and this is your TRICHOMES Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the TRICHOMES.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, in a report by WKBW, despite the fact that recreational cannabis consumption is now legalized in New York, the state's firearm ownership laws surrounding cannabis consumption haven't been modified. Per the legal expert Florina Altshiler, the Gun Control Act of 1968 forbids those in possession of cannabis from owning a gun. That means one may have to choose between owning a firearm and smoking cannabis. This is already in place and extends to employees in the cannabis industry as well. Anyone who uses marijuana is going to qualify as an unlawful user of an abused substance, even though it is technically lawful, said Altshiler. To buy a firearm, one would have to go through a background screening. The ATF will then be notified that someone was smoking cannabis. That, according to Altshiler, is the only practical means of enforcing it. Of course, you're not going to get convicted of a crime related to marijuana or have a medical card. There's really no way of knowing if someone is or isn't a marijuana user, said Altshiler.
And next, CBS News reports that the first cannabis chemistry scholarship in the U.S. has been developed at the Lake Superior State University of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. With the opening of the Cannabis Center of Excellence in 2019, the university became the first in the country to establish a cannabis-focused chemistry curriculum. The university announced the Steadfast Labs, a Michigan-based research lab dedicated to providing safe access to medical cannabis treatment, has created a yearly $1,200 scholarship for cannabis chemistry students at LSSU. Applicants must be sophomores or above with a GPA of 3.0 or greater to be eligible. Students from Wayne and Oakland counties, which the company serves, will be given first priority. With the aim of positioning cannabis studies as a national leader in academic inquiry, the university provides majors in cannabis chemistry, cannabis cultivation, cannabis research, and cannabis industry. The university claims to be the first in the United States to concentrate on quantitative analysis of cannabis, both compounds and pollutants.
And last up, in a report by Politico, the Cannabis Freedom Alliance was created by rapper Snoop Dogg, rightist conservative billionaire Charles Koch, and criminal justice policy reform activist Weldon Angelos. Left-wing groups like the Drug Policy Alliance and the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws have traditionally supported the cannabis legalization push. Despite the backing of a few Republican members of Congress, the majority of congressional advocates are Democrats. We can't cut with one scissor blade. We need Republicans in order to pass a legalization bill, said Angelos, founder of the Weldon Project. Last summer, Angelos, Snoop Dogg, and Koch had a Zoom meeting and came up with the plan for the Cannabis Freedom Alliance. To Angelos' delight, Koch voiced support for the legalization of all drugs. I had known that his position on drugs was very libertarian, Angelos said. I just didn't know that he supported the legalization of all drugs. Angelos reached out to the Koch organization for assistance in pushing for federal legalization, which they feel is more necessary than ever now that Democrats dominate Congress. We need 10 to 12 Republican senators, Angelos said. With Koch's influence, I think that's likely a possibility.
That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit TRICHOMES.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Careers in Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation, wherever you get your podcasts. For TRICHOMES.com, I'm David Fortin.
And I'm Devin Leal. Have a great day.